Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you are watching me, depending on your time zone. Now, 4 hours ago, from the time I'm recording this video, the Nyeri town member of parliament, Ngunjiri Wambugu, is asking himself questions. That we have the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto, who was given a job by Kenyans through the ballot, but since the time he was given that job, he has never sat in the office to do his job. The only thing the Deputy President has been doing is to move around the entire country. So the question is asking, how come the same DP is still earning a salary illegally when he is not working? So many people are still reacting to Ngunjiri Wambugu post, and we are going to look into that. Now, this is exactly what the honorable member has posted on his Facebook page. I will read it. Ruto does not deserve another job, considering he has failed in the current one. He goes on to say, for the last 5 years, this guy has been employed in job X, very well paying, with the benefit that include paid personal security, paid personal staff, fueled fleet of vehicles, VIP clearance, huge residence, etc. However, performed in that very lucrative job, he decided to use the benefit of his present employment to look for another job, and he expects us to give him the next one. So there is a photo he has accompanied with that post, and there is some writing on that photo. This is how it is reading. We as Kenyans paid Ruto a government salary as a deputy president. However, what he does every day is work as presidential aspirant. It's impossible to do these many political rallies and still deliver as a DP. It is now official that all of the development programs going on in Kenya are independent of William Samoei Ruto's input. So that is Ngunjiri Wambugu. And remember, Ngunjiri Wambugu post might be a reaction again to the survey that was done some time back, is it 2-3 days back, that is showing that William Samoei Ruto has attended more than 135 rallies within 30 days. So Ngunjiri Wambugu is asking himself, how is Ruto able to do his work and again at the same time have attended such rallies within 30 days? And at the same time serving as the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Now, the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto's problem, I think it started immediately when he was sworn in as the Deputy President for the second term in the office. What William Samoei Ruto did after that swearing in, he embarked on campaign rally from that day. So it means since then up to now, Ruto has been campaigning all along to seek taking over leadership of the country after President Uhuru Kenyatta has exited the power. And President Uhuru Kenyatta to some extent got angry. And in some meeting somewhere, President Uhuru Kenyatta referred to William Samoei Ruto as kijana mwenye anatangatanga huku. And he was telling the residents somewhere in Central Region there that if you see William Samoei Ruto coming here, please tell him a number of projects that are in need to be dealt with so that he can bring the report to me. So the president was saying this issue jokingly, but he was not happy the way William Samoei Ruto was trying to make trips in the country when they have just assumed the office. So Ruto was busy campaigning and not working, and the president was just angry. That's why he was referring to what he was doing as tangatangering. And again, to some extent, Ruto was trying to do something which could not go well with President Uhuru Kenyatta. When Ruto was doing all of his campaign, Ruto had one idea in the mind, and the idea was that he wanted to make his name to be all over the country. So what was he doing? He was asking all the members of parliament who was aligned to him, whichever project they have in their area, be it building of a hospital, that is county government jobs, be it building a school, be it opening a laboratory or what, groundbreaking of all those projects. So William Samoei Ruto was going in that area to do the groundbreaking. And once he has done that, of course his name will be written there that this project, groundbreaking, was officially done by the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto. So his name was going all over the country. To an extent, William Samoei Ruto was so much excited to even go to a level where he was launching projects that they are not in the program to be implemented. So you can tell the kind of William Samoei Ruto is. Trying to go in a place, commission a project that you understand very well that it does not have a budget for it. But he wants his name to remain there such that any other time, because it is in the government program, when they will reach to a time when they will want to implement it, be it even in the next government, his name will appear there as a person who did the groundbreaking. So miradi nyingi ilikuwa tu ni miradi hewa. And the president was not happy because at the end of the day, all of these things were going to taint the leadership and the name of the president of the Republic of Kenya. So Uhuru did not want such things to continue. And therefore, he felt that Ruto, rather than working, he is playing politics. So the best thing for him to do was to relieve him his duties and assign someone else so that he can continuously go and do what he think is right. Sasa hapo ndio Matiang'i anakuja. So Ruto was relieved, and all the duties that he was doing, definitely they were all assigned to one Freddy Matiang'i, the Interior CS. And from that time, Ruto did not stop. He now went on full blast to campaign openly. So since then up to now, Ruto has been campaigning for the presidency. Imagine someone is in the office and he still have 4 years to serve, yet you are already campaigning for that office. So what Ngunjiri Wambugu is suggesting here is that even if we elect William Samoei Ruto in office in 2022, Ruto is not going to sit down and work for the people. Instead, what he will be doing is a repetition of history of what we know about him. If he is campaigning now for the office, and remember, if he gets to power in 2022, he will again be seeking for re-election in 2027. So Ngunjiri is telling Kenyans that Ruto will start campaigning immediately you elect him to power. So he will not sit in the office to work for wananchi. And it can be backed up with what he's doing, the way I've explained to you. Again, number two, what Ngunjiri Wambugu might be suggesting is that William Samoei Ruto was supposed to use the wisdom that he has to go ahead and resign from President Uhuru Kenyatta's government, then continuously campaign for his candidature for 2022, rather than staying within President Uhuru Kenyatta government, but not taking responsibility to sit in the office and deliver services to wananchi. So yeye tu ni mafuta winawekwa kwa gari, the mileage is there, and then go ahead using the Kenyan people resources that is being paid as a salary and servicing his vehicle to use for his campaign for 2020 general election. So in one way, Ngunjiri is suggesting that Ruto is abusing the office of the deputy president. And yes, in his post you can see it very clear, comparing to what William Samoei Ruto has performed from the past time, especially for the last month, where he has been able to attend more than 135 rallies. Mafuta inaekwa nani? Serikali. He just simply get to the petrol station and his fleet of vehicle wanaeka tank full and he get out. And then the mwananchi money is going to pay for that. And what job is he going to do? To campaign for himself. So he wants to use the resources in the job that he has been employed to look for another job at the same time. So what Ngunjiri is telling Kenyans is to make sure that they distance themselves from one William Samoei Ruto, because he is abusing his office, because he's abusing the resources exposed to him, that is supposed to be used in the right way. So that is Ngunjiri Wambugu, in my own thinking, that he might be talking to Kenyans. And by the way, Ngunjiri is not talking to William Samoei Ruto. Ngunjiri is addressing Kenyans directly. So I see people responding to him, those who are supporting William Samoei Ruto, and those who are agreeing with what he's saying. Then lastly, Ngunjiri Wambugu, in his post, he might be suggesting that William Samoei Ruto has an added advantage over the other presidential candidates who he will face off in 2022, simply because Ruto is not using his own money for his rallies, but rather he is using the state resources when the other people have to use their own money in their rallies. So the vehicles are being fueled, go ahead on with the rallies, the government is paying for that. And yet, he's campaigning with the other people who are not getting resources from the government. You go to his current home, he's arranging so huge meetings there using the state property. Yet the other presidential candidates don't have such privileges to use. So Ngunjiri is suggesting that the ground is not level for all these people who are seeking to take over power when the president exit the scene. Akina Mudavadi, Kalonzo Musyoka, Senator Masika Wetangula, Raila Amolo Odinga. Those people are not being funded by the state. Now, that is my take on Ngunjiri Wambugu's post. I don't know what you think, but what I understand is that I have very brave and wise people on this platform. So let us expand this conversation through the comment section. Give me your views according to the post Ngunjiri Wambugu has made there. Let's meet there. Let us exchange through the conversation. And again, you can go ahead and respond to other people's comments. I like how we normally do this conversation. So let's meet there. Let us give our views. You don't need necessarily to agree with me. You can disagree with me, but constructively. In that way, we will be making this conversation to look mature and super. Thank you so much for listening to me up to this far. May good God bless you. See you in our next video. But again, I normally put my WhatsApp number in the comment section, and sometimes I put in the description box. So you can reach me through that number in case you have another topic that you would want us to talk about, or in case you have an advice that you want to share with me. I think you can get me through that number.